come into a easy seated position. You can sit with your hips to your heels. I have a block underneath me. You can, instead of a block, you can use a blanket. Or you can sit Indian style. Whatever feels most comfortable for you. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get grounded and come into the present moment. And I'm not sure, if you did the run this morning or not, or or whenever you're watching this, if we're going to help kind of shift gears by getting grounded. It's almost like driving a car and coming to a halt, is what a good friend of mine, Scott Martin, he's the one that did the meditation. He says that. I'm like, that makes sense. You have all the momentum from the day or from the morning, for wherever you were doing before the practice, and we're coming to this place of stillness. So we're going to get grounded by using our 5 senses. So right now, what are 5 things that you see? I see the rug. I see you. I see light. I see plants. And I see my water bottle. These are just some examples of what you can see immediately around you. What are 4 things that you can hear? And if you want, you can close your eyes to kind of tune in and focus. What are 4 things that you hear? And what are 3 things that you feel? You feel the ground beneath you, your yoga mat. I feel the breath leaving my body through my nose. What are 2 things that you can smell? And last, what is 1 thing you can taste? Now that we've used our body and our senses to come to this present moment, gently close your eyes and tune into your breath. Place 1 hand on your heart and 1 hand on your belly. And just tune in and listen to your natural ebb and flow of your breath. And on your next inhale, see if you can lengthen your spine and sit a little taller. And on your exhale, gently lower your shoulders. Slide your shoulders down your back. Now with this breath, I'm going to continue breathing. With your natural ebb and flow, I'm going to demonstrate ocean breath. This is one that is a really beautiful breathing practice. It's also known as victorious breath or ujjayi breath. So as you're breathing, continuing with your hand on your heart and belly, I'm going to demonstrate how to do ocean breath. And I'll do it with my mouth open first so you can hear what it sounds like. It sounds like the ocean. And I'm going to demonstrate for you first. And the first round I'm going to do is with my mouth open. And you'll want to constrict your throat a little bit. And it's going to be like you're fogging up a mirror in front of you. So just imagine there's a mirror in front of you, fogging it up. So I'm going to do it first. Watch me first, and then we'll do it together. I'm going to inhale through my mouth and out my mouth so you can hear the sound. Let's do it together. Good. I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm going to inhale through my nose and exhale through my mouth. Watch me first. Let's do it together. You want to keep the constriction of your throat on the inhale and the exhale. Okay, now we're going to do inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose with the same ocean breath. Watch me first. Let's do it together. Perfect. Continue doing ocean breath in your seated position. Again, seated with a tall spine. Imagine on the inhale, ocean water coming in through the top of your head, all the way down to your toes, filling your belly, past your belly. And on the exhale, imagine pushing that water from your toes up through your belly, through your throat, through the top of your head. And continue to do this for 3 more rounds. Nice, even breaths. And when you're ready, on your last exhale, we are going to transition into our next pose, which is supported child's pose. There's a few different ways you can do this pose. So if you have a block, remove your block, come to tabletop position on your hands and knees. You're going to put your knees out to the edge of the mat with your toes touching together, and you're going to sit down on your heels, your sit bones on your heels, and you can place your forehead straight onto the mat, and I'll show you what that would look like. And you'll gently walk your hands forward. If you'd like to use a block, you can place one under your head. So you can place your forehead on it. Again, walking your hands out gently. Or if you want to use your pillow, you'll place 2 blocks. One between your legs and one in front of it with the pillow on top, and then you will gently walk yourself forward with your head turned to the side, and just relax into the pose. And just for now, in this pose, what can you let go? gently take your hands and walk yourself up. And we're going to switch sides. So whichever way you were facing, gently walk yourself back down and face the other way. Use your breath to allow yourself to lower and soften into the pose. And again, just for now in this pose, what can you let go? Gently lift your head and use your hands to walk yourself back up. Child's pose is a beautiful pose for grieving because it's a way you can feel held. And also, if you do child's pose without the blocks and you allow yourself down, it's a way to, this is how I feel. I feel I can unload off my chest. I can allow just my tears and my sorrow to literally leave my chest and go into the earth, just like the leaves. Our next pose is locust pose, supported locust pose. You can use a blanket or a towel at the top of your mat. There's again, a couple ways you can do this. You can do this without any props, and you're going to lay down and you can put your two hands on top of each other and press and lay your forehead on your hands like this. Or if you'd like to use props, you can use a towel here to place your forehead on, and you can grab 2 blocks to put under your shoulders. And then you'll place your forehead down onto the towel. You can lay your arms back. And again, the props are there to hold you up. So you're really wanting to imagine yourself melting into the mat, allowing the blocks and the towel to hold you. If it's uncomfortable for your hips, you can most certainly lay a blanket across for your hips to lay on. And as you settle into this pose, think about, just for now, in this pose, how can you let go?
Gently lift your head, place your hands up towards by your shoulders and remove the blocks from underneath your arm if that's where they are. We're going to turn on our side and we are going to get ready to go into our next pose, which is supported bridge pose. So we're actually going to stay here, but we're going to be on our back. So if you have a blanket, you'll want to remove the blanket. And you can use a pillow for your head if you want. And we're going to lay on our back and place a block underneath you, with your toes pointing parallel, pointing forward. Arms down by your side. Normally in bridge pose, you're using a lot of your muscles to hold yourself up, but again, we're using the prop to hold ourselves up. And in this pose, just for now in this pose, how can you let go? Use your breath to open your chest on the inhale. And on the exhale, relax your jaw. Feel the mat between your feet and the block holding you, supporting you in this pose. As you soften and melt and allow yourself to let go. Bring awareness back to your breath. As we get ready to transition into our next pose, you can remove the block from beneath you, and we are going to do reclined pigeon pose. You can do pigeon pose laying here on your back. You can do a figure four by we'll start with our left leg and placing our left ankle just the outside of our right knee. And you can do just this. If you want, you can lift your right leg and place your hands between. This is going to be a deeper stretch. If you want a deeper stretch to hold for the next few minutes, you're welcome to do this. Again, you can always place a blanket beneath you. If you'd like to use props, I will show you how to set yourself up. So gently roll over to one side and, being aware of your neck, lift yourself up. You can place
So actually, you're going to put the pillow underneath your knees, like this. And we're going to take our left ankle, just like when we were laying down, placing in the outside of our right knee, and taking your folded blanket, putting it underneath your left knee, and gently lower yourself down
into the reclined pigeon pose. Again, using your breath to soften, allowing the props to hold you and support you, to remind you that you do not always have to hold yourself up, that you can actually let go and receive. So just for now, in this pose, how can you let go? Slowly undo your figure four, lifting your left ankle, placing your leg down, and we are going to switch sides. So depending on if you have the props or not, you're going to want to do the same thing, taking your right ankle, placing it on the outside of your left knee. You'll want to move the blanket, if you have one, to the other side to support your knee. And we will relax and ease into this pose, switching sides. If you feel any tension in your hip or anywhere, again, do what's most comfortable for you. If you are in a comfortable position and you feel feelings come up, use any of the tools that we mentioned earlier, whether it's a soft gaze, a defocused gaze, looking at something on the other side of the room softly, getting your peripheral vision in. It could be the physiological sigh to reset. You can use your ocean breath to tune you into your body, to bring you back to the present moment. It's so common to have thoughts come in and to-do lists and other things that show up during a practice, and all you have to do is come back to your breath. Sometimes hearing that ocean breath is a really helpful way to tune out the noise on the outside and to tune inward, to listen to your body and ground yourself and be in the here and now. It's such a powerful tool. Our breath is always with us. And if you feel you're still holding tension in any area of your body, imagine sending nourishing air to that area. And as you breathe in, imagine that air going straight to that area, whether it's your hip or your ankle or anywhere. And then as you breathe out, imagine breathing out that tension and softening the area of that body to let go. On your last exhale, undo your figure four, lifting your right ankle off and placing your right leg down. We're going to transition into our next pose, which is supported spine open twist. So you're going to want to get onto one side comfortably and lift yourself up. To remove the pillow from beneath your knees, you're going to use it in our next, the pose after this, so don't have it too far. And take your blanket and place it beneath you. You're going to lay your hips on here as you lay back down. And I'll show you the open twist. So as you gently lower yourself down, knees together, and we're going to point both of our knees to the left side and have our arms out down by our side. However feels comfortable for you. This is open twist. And just for now, in this pose, how can you let go? Using your breath to bring awareness back to the present moment. Gently switch sides, shifting your weight over and laying your knees onto and having them point towards the right side. And again, just for now, how can you let go in this pose? And to bring both of your knees back to a neutral position. And we are now going to do Mountain Brook pose. So you're going to take your pillow and place it beneath your knees. You can get up to do this too, but place it underneath your knees. And you're going to do like cactus arms, so put your arms up and out to the side. It's like a chest opener. This is a somewhat vulnerable pose when your arms are out like this. It's considered a heart opener, and it's a very receptive type pose. Again, using your breath to melt and soften into the mat. And just for now in this pose, how can you let go? On your next exhale, we're going to transition into our final pose for our session today, Shavasana. You can stay in this pose. You can bring your hands down by your side. You can keep the pillow beneath your knees and the blanket beneath you, or remove all props and lay directly onto the mat. Whatever is most comfortable for you. This is our coming home pose, our landing the session down in this pose. And as you ease into this last pose, think about what all came to your mind. What was it that you are letting go? And did being in the different poses bring up different things for you? What did you notice?
in Blackwater Woods by Mary Oliver. Look, the trees are turning their own bodies to pillars of light, are giving off the rich fragrance of cinnamon and fulfillment. The long tapers of cattails are bursting and floating away over the blue shoulders of the ponds. And every pond, no matter what its name is nameless now. Every year, everything I have ever learned in my lifetime leads back to this, the fires and the black river of loss, whose other side is salvation, whose meaning none of us will ever know. To live in this world, you must be able to do 3 things. To love what is mortal, to hold it against your bones, knowing your own life depends on it, and when the time comes to let it go, to let it go. Gently wiggle your toes and your fingers. Breathe in fresh, new air into your lungs, filling them up, down to your belly, down to your toes. Exhaling, pushing them out to the top of your head. And when you're ready, gently lean over to one side. And lift yourself up and come into a seated pose as we end our practice today. Hands to heart. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be safe from inner and outer danger. May you be healthy in mind and body. May you be at ease and peaceful. As always, it is an honor to share practice with you. I'm so grateful you were here with me today and that we could have this together. If it wasn't for you, my event wouldn't exist. So thank you. Thank you for showing up for yourself, with me, for your community. You're beautiful. You matter. And I send my love and peace to you. Namaste. Thank you again for sharing this time with me. It means so much. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. I hope today's practice was encouraging, refreshing, and it was a time to reconnect. Until next time, thank you. Please take care.